Hey everybody, it's Brian with Brian's Knives. Hope you're doing well. Something came in the mail today, so I thought I would jump on here and take a gander at it, see what y'all think about it. All right, so more fun. Let's go to talk about fun stuff, right? So you probably saw some of my post. I'm kind of focused on the classic buck fixed blade series this year. And I had one that belonged to my dad, the 103 Skinner. So I already had that guy. And then I took some Christmas money and bought the 102, which I showed recently. And I've been packing this guy every day, and I've been using it for all kinds of little chores around the house. It's mostly been like food prep kind of stuff so far. But I've got some wood out back, and I'm just gonna do a little testing with it, along with the new knife that I got. So we'll see how all that goes. But I'm loving the 102. If you are looking for a smaller fixed blade like an EDC, it's a great knife, and got that sharp point on it, so it's great. It detail works pretty slicey, and I've not really sharpened it. I've just hit it on the strop a couple of times, after I get done using it, if I'm doing any kind of major cutting with it. But so far, I've been really enthused with it and like it a lot. And the great thing about a fixed blade that I hadn't thought about before, when you're doing food prep and you go to wash up the blade or whatever, you don't have to worry about water getting inside of your knife, because guess what? It can't. So it's really handy it's really easy to clean up. So that's kind of cool. But yeah, so I did get a new knife. I'll show you this. A lot bigger than the 102, as you can tell. And this is the 119 Special. The 119 Special. This is probably the knife everybody thinks about when they think about buck fixed blades. It's the 119. Been made a long time by Buck, and I think it's even made its appearance in some movies over the years. But the first thing I noticed about this knife was how good it felt when I picked it up. I mean, it just fits your hand so well. And it has these nice finger grooves in the handle here, which are really nice. This is not a fancy, you can get upgraded models of these. This is just your basic Buck 119 Special with their special heat treat. And we're going to look at the packaging here in a second and talk a little bit more about some of the specs of the knife. You can take a look at the tank stamp there, maybe. You can see that. And let's see, yeah. But it feels fantastic, and I have no doubt that it could handle most big tasks that you might have, whether it's cleaning game like a whitetail buck, or helping you get a fire started around the camp. Could be used on a job site if you're in construction or something like that. Just lots of good uses for it. And so I'm really happy to have it, and I got it because my buddy Dwayne over at Clark's Kentucky Knives asked me, or I kind of put the word out that I was looking for some buck fixed blades if anybody wanted to trade, and so we struck up a trade. I got his in the mail today. I think mine's going to be another couple of days getting there. Who can figure out like shipping these days? One time you ship something, it gets there the next day. The next time you ship something, it takes a week. Makes no sense, but who knows? Anyway, let's take a look at the packaging here. And I'll set it down here. I don't drop it. So it came, what do they call this? Clamshell packaging or whatever. But it does have some good information on the package. Let's see. If I can see that well, it says cryogenic heat-treated stainless steel. That's what this first one is. And then it says stays sharp longer. And then it says that is Buck Classic. So that's the series, I guess, that this is in. And then, of course, we know these knives are made in the good old US of A, which is another reason I love this series of knives that Buck puts out. They have some good info on the back of this little clamshell as well. Let's see, it gives you some specs on the blade. And so 6 inches, it says, with 420 HC steel. So none of that's probably too surprising to us. It's a clip point, as you well know. Length is 10.5 inches overall. It weighs 7 ounces or 7.5 ounces, which I believe that. It's got just a good feel to it, but it's not overly heavy either. Mostly because of the materials that Buck made this knife out of. It's got some aluminum in it there on the butt and on the guard. And then is it the Phenolic, whatever that material, the polymer that they make the handle out of, super light. And then it comes in a genuine leather black sheath, which I believe it says on here somewhere is imported, which I'm pretty sure that's true. And then they talk about the forever warranty on the back. They do have one of the best warranties in the industry for sure. And then the other thing I thought was interesting on the side here, it says a superior blade and sharper edge. We use 420 HC stainless steel, which is heat treated to exacting standards to ensure excellent edge retention and corrosion resistance. I can see a lot better with my glasses off. Our proprietary heat-treated process achieves a standard hardness of Rockwell 58. Our edge to, does that say G? I can't tell. Might say X. Technology ensures that your knife blade has a sharper edge, stays sharp longer, and is easier to resharpen. And so, yeah. Some great information on the package here. I do know that a couple of these fixed blade knives are pretty popular with soldiers over the years, and if they were private purchases. I believe the 119 and the 120, both have been seen, in photos of soldiers packing those fixed blades, whether it was Vietnam or somewhere else. Of course, the 110 was also very popular with soldiers, especially in the Vietnam era. In particular, they sold them at lots of the bases, and so soldiers often pick those up, and for good reason, because it too is a classic great knife that can take a licking and keep on ticking. And so, whether you want a folder or a fixed blade, Buck had something for you. That's for sure. And so I'll be interested to get this guy out and do a little bit of work with him to see what it's like. But, I already know that it's going to be great. Just feels so good in your hand. Made in America. And as Buck knives do, it comes razor sharp right out of the box. And they know how to put a point on a blade too. I mean, both of these knives' points are extremely sharp and pointy, as they should be. I don't understand why Case seems to have such trouble with that, especially in their pocket knives. Anyway, Buck knows how to do it, and they do it well. I'm not saying they're perfect. I'm not saying that you may not get a bad one once in a while. But so far, I've never had a Buck that I've bought new. They've all been just right, out of the box or out of the package. So I got nothing bad to say there. But anyway, yeah, so the little collection is growing. So now I've got the 102, I've got the 103, and I've got this 119 special. And I've suggested that my mom and stepdad might want to buy me I think it's the 117 Brahma for my birthday in February. So I put that bug in their ear about that. So I may end up getting one of those as well. But there's several more yet to pick up and collect. And I would like to look into a little bit more of the history of these knives as well. But overall, great knife. I sometimes think we think today that you have to go out and spend, $300 on a fixed blade to get a good knife. And at like $75 or so, Buck is putting these out, and they're pretty darn solid. And so you don't always have to have the most expensive thing to still have a good knife. And as we all know, no matter what kind of gear you got, if you don't know what to do with it or how to use it, it's not going to help you. And so, anyway. All right, well, it's getting to be kind of a long video for me, 16 minutes, so we probably ought to sign off. And right now, the dogs are being groomed, so Heather is over at the groomer with them. And we ran some errands this morning, and probably sometime this weekend, I'm gonna, I ordered these nylon punches. I bought some upgraded furniture for my Henry rifle that I got recently, and I needed to knock a dovetail loose on the barrel, and I didn't want to mar it up, so I ordered some of those nylon punches there. So that should work just fine, and then I can get the forearm off and get it replaced. I've already replaced the stock on it already, so it just needs the forearm replaced. And that ended up being a little bit more involved than I thought it was going to be, but that's okay. That's how we learn, right? All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for tuning in again. Appreciate you so much, and hope you're having a great weekend. If I don't see you tomorrow, until the next time, I'll see you in the next video, and pray that God blesses you and your family richly in 2026. See you soon.